topic is one that is really sensitive, and we felt the need to come onto this platform and educate everyone on the dangers of it, because I feel like people are really misinformed on what it is. So today's topic is the dangers of sexting. But before we get into that, we are starting with our Woman Crush Wednesday. So my Woman Crush Wednesday is amazing. She is a student, she is a YouTuber, she's an advocate for women's rights, and she is a model. She has been featured in the Yaka magazine issue and billboards, and she has worked with multiple clothing labels, including I Love Radio Days Vintage. And you guys, she's been involved in a lot of charity work, like a lot. She has worked with Food for Life to feed people who are less fortunate. And my woman crush is none other than my amazing chit chat partner, Andy.
Thank you so much, friend. That was beautiful. Thank you so much. So, guys, you guessed it. My Women Crush Wednesday. Oh my God, she's not only beautiful, but she's beauty with brains. She is a human resources management graduate. She's an inspiring farmer, and she's strong-willed. You don't want to mess with her. You know it. And she is so much fun to be around with. I love her so much. It is Kamali Kamweni.
Yes!
Oh my God. So let's get right into it. We got our big sister Bootsy on today, and we're gonna dish it out. Some of the information is gonna be very sensitive, but we have to do it, right?
It's a must.
It's a must. We definitely have to do it. So
for me, sexting is of the private.
Okay.
What is sexting to you?
For me, besides of the private, I think sexting is, also sending inappropriate messages, like dirty, flirty messages and suggestive, provocative pictures of you, even if they're not naked. So that rounds it up. That's what sexting is. Sexting is common among teenagers.
Very common.
Very common among teenagers. And we're not here to tell you not to do it. We're not here to judge you, but we are here to warn you about the dangers of sexting, because I feel like as much as it can be fun and can be something that everyone is doing around you,
games.
Yes, but it's dangerous.
There's a really serious side to it.
Yeah.
So
that's what I want us to dive into.
Yes.
So I think that, the dangers of sex, especially for teenagers that are young girls. Listen, if I were to advise you as a young girl, don't do it, because you are going to be all over the internet, and that is going to be your face that is on the internet, okay? And we are going to, not we, but like society as a whole, they're going to scrutinize you, they're going to objectify you, they're going to body shame you.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Very much.
You're going to be subjected to cyberbullying. There's going to be so much negativity just around that whole thing if it goes out. And trust me, 90% of the time, those news that are taken do get leaked.
They always get leaked. And I feel like young females need to know that it's never just for his eyes only.
Yeah, that's what he's going to say. But really?
Just for my eyes only? It's never, sweetie. Like, ever, ever. Someone else is going to see it, and you're going to be slut-shamed. You're going to have pedophiles cyber-stalking you. Like, just please don't do it.
Yeah, I also think that we never focus on... Do you realize that we never focus on the boy? That is doing the leaking. That's doing the leaking of the video or the picture or whatever. We never focus on the boy. That is why we're here to caution you girls that it is, just don't do it. If it's possible for you to just avoid it all around, just do it, because you are the one that is going to be in the crossfire. You are the one that is going to suffer the consequences of that. You know what I mean? People are going to even go as far as disassociating themselves with you. You won't have any friends because people are like, I don't want to be associated with that. Or the parents also, they're going to be like, don't go near that one.
Exactly.
She does ABC.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So as a result of all of that, you're going to lose people that are close to you. You're going to lose friends. A lot of things in your life is just going to be turned upside down, which is why you guys need to be really careful when you start doing these things. Because I feel like we've moved past the point of telling you not to do it. So what we're going to do now is, if you do decide to do it, please be careful. Do not show your face. We're not saying do it, but we know you're going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
So just be safe, okay?
But for me, if it's possible for you not to do it,
So, yes.
I would rather have you not do it, because the consequences that you're going to have to face afterwards. And some of you, what you don't know is that sometimes you are going to put your parents in the cross to be scrutinized as well, and be open to investigations by Child Protective Services.
Yes.
So now they will end up being in big trouble, because they're the ones that are supposed to be responsible for you. So it's going to seem as though they are not doing a really good job. So they can be also charged for something that you did, something that you were responsible for. So please do not do it. And I also think we should shine a light on, boys, just because you are never in the scene doesn't mean that there aren't any consequences.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So young boys need to understand, if you leak someone's pictures, nude pictures, you are gonna be in hot water. There's a possibility that you can go to jail.
Absolutely.
It's child pornography.
Yes.
It's just a lot.
You could be a
registered sex offender.
Absolutely,
so there's a lot of things that you need to consider. We've all been heartbroken at some point, but that is no reason to leak anybody's nudes.
And leaking somebody's pictures that they sent you in private as a way of seeking revenge, it's called revenge pornography.
Exactly.
And you can be jailed for that. And if it so happens that when you leak that video, their face is on it, then that means that you'll be charged with, you can go to jail for 4 years. Sure. Or you can be fined a 300,000 fee.
Yes.
Also, fine. If their face is not on the video, however, it's 2 years in jail and 150,000 fine. So any of these two options, where are you going to get such money?
Exactly. Where are you going to get the money?
You are definitely going to be arrested if you can't pay that money. So, and it's mean.
It's not worth it.
It's mean. Just think about that person that you're going to be doing this to.
Exactly.
Even before you even do it.
Even before you do it, you need to sort of understand where what you're doing could land you, like the repercussions.
Yes. We all need to think about the repercussions.
That's the thing. People tend to do things and they don't think enough about what is the consequence of all this I'm doing. Like every action, there's a consequence. You need to know that.
Yes. So please, guys, don't do it. And I also think we should plead with the parents.
Yes.
Parents, it's so important for you guys to have conversations with your teenagers. You need to have that conversation. I don't think there's even privacy when it comes to teenagers, minors. I think if your minor has a cell phone, I think you shouldn't be involved. You need to monitor that cell phone, see who they're talking to, because not only are they in danger of doing such, but they could be also stalked by pedophiles. Yes. So I think that there's so much. So I think we should be involved as parents. Yes. Parents should be involved. Talk to your kids. Have that boy sex talk. Have it all. Tell them the consequences of their actions. I know that my parents had this conversation with me, I think. But I wasn't trying to have it, though. It's uncomfortable. You don't want to have it.
I didn't have it.
You didn't have it?
Oh, hell no.
What happened?
She told me boys bring babies, so stay away from boys. And I'm like, is that it, Mom?
And that was it. I think
that was it.
If it was then, I would be telling you that you were the lucky one. Because I think my parents, they were like in detail. I know it was my grandmother and my mother, and they were like, this, that, and I wasn't trying to have that conversation, but I thank them today for having that conversation with me, because it made me choose wiser and make good choices for myself. So thank you for that. So I think parents need to have the conversation, no matter how uncomfortable it is, no matter how embarrassing it may feel, but you need to have that conversation.
Because parents tend to shy away from tough conversations, if I may put it that way.
Especially boys and stuff.
Exactly. So parents need to normalize having this conversation.
That's one of the things that should be normalized.
Normalize having such conversations with their children. And when you're trying to educate your children about such things, try not to be judgmental or come from a scary.
Yeah. Don't just shout them or try to scare them.
Be approachable.
Educate them.
Exactly.
Yes.
And open the floor where they can express how they feel, and you can also tell them, but this is what's going to happen if you do A, B, C, D, you know?
I think also, though, it's not just teenagers who fall victim of this. Also, young adults like ourselves, we also engage in this, okay?
A lot.
We do. So, like, there's a survey that was done, and it so happened that 77% of South Africans sexed. And as a result, we are in the top nations in the world.
Oh my, like the entire world.
In the entire world, we are right there at the top. Number one nation that sexts. So, that is tough. That means that people are busy out here. People are busy out here, but what we don't talk enough about is the consequences of this thing. Okay, so it might not be illegal for me to send such a picture of myself to another adult, but just imagine when that picture hits the internet.
Ooh, girl.
Now, we are at a point where we are moving out of tertiary and we're trying to find jobs and stuff like that. And now my potential employer searches me, and then boom, the first thing that they see, zimbund.
Imagine.
So
who's gonna hire you?
No one's gonna want to hire you.
No one's gonna hire you because
your goods are out there. So that is such a negative image. So I think because we've moved to a social media era, I think we should treat our social media platforms as a representative of ourselves, and we should keep it clean, keep it polite, keep it positive. Not just only that, but like we should also know that the things that we say, the general tone of the content that we put out on our social media, it should be one that you know that even when you're looking for a job, when that employer looks through your social media, they should feel like this person is employable. This person can represent my company. So you need to be sure that what you put out there is good content, something that represents you. So if you put things like that on the internet, they unfortunately stay there. That's another thing.
Exactly.
They stay there for a lifetime.
Forever.
Absolutely.
Like literally, you can post something, even if you delete it, there is a high possibility that it's already been shared multiple times. Screenshot then.
Screenshots.
And these days we even have screen recording apps. What then?
You see, our phones also have iClouds and stuff like that. So even when you delete something, it's kept somewhere.
Exactly.
You don't see it, but it's there. So I would say that let's just don't.
Be careful.
Be careful as women, because I feel like we take the most heat when this thing comes. You are objectified, you are body shamed, you are slut shamed, you know, just society in jail. How are you gonna face your family? How you go back to church? You know, all of those things, like, we should just stay away from this as young women. That is my advice. Don't put your goods out there for any guy. Don't send it to him. Just don't do it. Don't even keep it on your own phone, because
it's not safe.
It's not safe.
Imagine you've got like a number of nudes on your phone. Not just yours, let's say also your partner as well. You get robbed.
Your phone gets lost.
Which means anyone can access those nudes now, because it's just out there.
Phones get hacked
too. And you have no control over what happens. What then?
The minute you send it to whoever, your partner, whoever,
actually, the minute you take it,
the minute you
have no
take
control over it.
You have no control over who sees it.
Exactly,
because things happen.
You can get hacked.
Yeah,
and that's very common. That
happens a lot. I know that. Here, there was a girl last week who that happened to, and apparently the phone was lost or it was hacked, something of that sort. So things like that do happen.
They actually do happen, and it's funny when it happens to people that you know. Yeah. And you're like, ooh, this is real, which is why we feel like it's really important for us to talk about this today.
Yeah, the consequences. It might be fun. You wanna show this person that you like them or whatever.
The better ways to show people that you like them.
Yeah,
people don't have to like you for your privates. No. If they like you for your privates, then it's just wrong.
No. Just don't do it. And I think also because we've spoken so much on how like it affects women and the consequences that come with it, I think also men should know that, Buddha's stop it.
Yes.
I feel like you just need to stop asking for these things. Some of them, though, don't ask for them. But when you get those type of things, also find a way to stop it, because now you get yourself in hot water when somebody reports you or stuff like that. And it's very common that nowadays, and it disgusts me so much to see older men, maybe in their 30s, just late 20s to early 30s, how they are so obsessed and infatuated by I'm a 2000.
Ooh, that one.
I'm a 2000.
Oh, that one. For me, I could never really wrap my head around how can an old man be sexually attracted to a child in any way.
That's a child.
That is disgusting.
Stop this thing. I'm a 2000.
Stop it. And they are kids. Like they're
You're
really
gonna get
kids.
arrested.
You're gonna go to jail.
Yeah.
Like Shame.
Stop it, Buddhas. Stop.
And if it's someone I know,
do you know they go as far as comparing Ama 2000 to our age group and older women?
Seriously?
Like, yo, you guys, you lazy, or this and that. Yo, I'm a 2000. They do ABCD. Stop it. They're kids. They're kids. You're gonna find yourself in hot waters when you're registered as a sex offender, when you are charged with child pornography.
Exactly.
You find yourself going to jail
and
for
statutory rape. Because when these men start getting into any sort of sexual relationship with these kids, even if the child is she's consenting, what matters the most is that they are a minor. So even if they consented or not, you're going to jail, sweetie. So is it worth it?
Is it?
Ask yourself that question. Is it worth it? It's never worth it.
And now here you are also looking for a job as a guy, and you are registered as a sex offender.
Exactly.
Or you registered for child pornography.
Ooh.
And nobody knows what was it that you really did. Nobody is interested in that. And they're all going to jump to conclusions. And no one's going to want to hire a pedophile or a sex offender or a child pornographer. Who's going to want to hire that?
Who's going to hire you? Because if you registered as a sex offender, the employer is not going to go and search about what happened. They don't care about their history. All they say
is out the door.
Exactly. Who's going to hire you? Because the first thing that's going to come to the employer is, you're going to give me trouble, so bye.
So, like, guys, also, please, just talk to each other, brothers, like be able to tell the other guy no.
Exactly.
When this guy comes to you flaunting about how this 2000 is showing this and that, tell them that it's wrong and it's illegal.
Exactly.
It is illegal. And I found a very sad statistic that out of all the rape cases in South Africa, 41% are children.
Yeah, that's bad.
41% are of children. So that means that there are a lot of children that are being sexually assaulted by older men. And it starts on the internet. It starts on the social media. When you're busy bragging as an older man. When I mean an older man, I'm talking to you late 20s. I'm talking to you early 30s.
Exactly.
I'm talking to you. Nani, stop bragging about how in 2000 sent you this or how in 2000 this, not just it starts there.
Exactly. They applaud one another.
There.
Like they need to. Like men, please stop applauding one another. If a friend of yours uyazakuwa with such, tell him. Just tell him, but what you're doing is wrong and shouldn't continue. I will report you.
And even on social media, even if you don't know the person,
exactly, just tell them.
Don't laugh and put good
some weird emoji. Tell them what you're doing is wrong.
Period.
Because even by keeping quiet, you are condoning that behavior.
Yeah.
Don't keep quiet.
Yeah.
Tell them what you're doing is wrong.
Absolutely. It's, oh my God, it's so sad. And knowing that 72,000 teenagers give birth each year in South Africa. That is a huge number. 72. Approximately 72,000.
And those kids aren't even legal. They're just minors.
And it so happens that it's not even the same age group. Fathers.
The baby daddies.
Absolutely, they're not. So it's older men. Late 20s, early 30s.
Which proves that we as a society have normalized this thing of older men preying on children. And it's wrong.
Preying. You are a predator. It is wrong.
It's very wrong.
Why are you still so scared to date your age group? Why must you go to a child that is still developing?
Believe
Believe it or not, their brain is still developing.
Exactly.
And they still trying to,
they don't
even know
have
themselves.
Exactly. They
So-
don't even have the emotional intellect to just say
To understand
no,
what
this is
they're
wrong.
doing.
Exactly. So when, as the adult, you're old enough to know, but what you're doing is wrong. Why are you doing it?
Absolutely. Why are you doing it? So I feel like Masnganda Neni, guys,
We
let
need
us
to-
normalize calling each other out.
Yes, please.
Call one another out. Don't condone it by keeping quiet. Don't condone it by, don't encourage it by liking or laughing at someone's post. It is nasty. I think it disgusts me.
Even by keeping quiet, you condoning that
Yeah.
behavior.
Yeah. So I think,
Like, for me, I would rather, if you see someone doing something wrong, call them out. I would rather you lose them as a friend than for you to just sit there and entertain
what they're
that
doing.
nastiness. Like,
Yeah.
don't entertain such things.
Leading from the 2017 survey by Kinsey Institute,
Yes.
in 2019, our president, Cyril Ramaphosa, signed a Filament and Publication Amendment stating that revenge porn is illegal in South Africa. So I think from that study in 2017 leading to 2019, when our president took action, I think it shows that this sexting thing is a growing thing. It's been growing over time.
And the leaking thing, there was like a rapid rise.
Yes. So they had to do something about it. So I applaud the president for seeing that there's a problem here. But now I think we need to speak more on this thing. We need to
educate
speak more.
one another.
Educate one another. Stop here, Buddhas, with this 2000
Yo,
thing. You are
yeah,
disgusting if you're
yeah,
doing it. Because you have no business
With
being
children.
2000. Stop it.
Like, what is a 30-year-old man? What are you doing with a child?
I feel like with all these surveys and studies today, it just it doesn't shock me that we are the #1 capital rape country in the world.
It's not shocking.
It's not shocking. If 77% of the population in South Africa is sexting, sending nudes left, right, and center, talking sex all the time, then it doesn't shock me that we have such a high rate when it comes to rape.
Exactly.
And we are the capital of rape in the
Because-
world.
Oh my. Because
Again.
the biggest issue is your goods are out there. Now, rapists and all those people, they sing you naked. So they somewhat feel entitled to your body. So they think
That
you're
is the
easy.
truth.
They think you're easy. So now they're coming for you. Because Galoka, you're out there being naked for the whole world to see.
That's just the sad truth.
It's the sad reality.
It's
So
reality.
before you do any of those things, think of the things you are subjecting yourself to. Please.
Please, guys. I think we've said enough, and I think that you can take a thing or two from this conversation, and I think we can learn something from this and refrain from doing this, ladies. And I'm going to plead to you because I know that as a woman, you are always in the wrong. That is how
According to society.
Society. So you're always in the wrong. So just mind yourself. Step away from that and try to guard yourself. Guard yourself, protect yourself. Don't put out your pictures out there. Just, just don't do that. Just don't do that. So I think with that being said, thank you so much. I think that brings us to the end of today's show. On a sour note.
Yes,
Definitely.
on a very somber mood,
Yeah.
but it is the reality and it is a conversation that
That
we need
needs to be had. More of this should be had.
Exactly. So
Thank you guys so much for watching today. We thank you for the support. It's been wonderful. We see the subscribers growing. Please keep on subscribing if you
Yes,
haven't.
please.
Thank you so much. We love having this show and sharing our views here on the show.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Yes.
thank you guys.
Social
And
media.
on our social media platforms, please follow us on Instagram at Chit Chat Wednesdays. And on Facebook, our page is at Chit Chat Wednesdays. And yeah. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much. Keep on subscribing, please.
Yes.
Subscribe.
Subscribe.